Hello Zainey friends, thank you for being a part of our Zainey fam. Today we have a declutter video, and we've had a few of these, but this is probably my favorite one because we're going to be doing eyeshadow palettes. It's also going to be my most difficult because I love palettes, and you know this because we swatch all of them. If you want to continue to see what's happening, that will be happening in a minute. But before we start, make sure you don't miss any of our interactive opportunities, like subscribe and share. If you want to follow us on social media, it's right down below, and we have a lot of swatches of palettes on my Instagram all the time, as well as hauls and things like that. And make sure you comment down below if you like palettes and you like decluttering and you like what you see.
Palettes and decluttering. Two different groups. You can have it at the same time. If you like both, this is like, just watch.
Alright, we're going to go ahead and reposition the camera so you can see what we're going to do down below. Alright, so our hope right now is to kind of break these down by brand or like by size. You'll kind of see as I'm going what I'm doing. We're going to start with my favorite brand, one of my favorite brands. I actually have two favorite brands. This is Too Faced. Of course, I have all of their chocolate palettes. I've got the peach palette, the peanut butter palette, the natural ice palette, and the funfetti palette. Before we start, I really do want to say that this is going to be a really hard video for me. I already have a couple of mine that I know I'm probably going to get rid of, but yeah, this is kind of crazy, to be fair. So let's start with the original Too Faced chocolate bar palette. I will not be getting rid of this because it is one of my favorite palettes and it smells like chocolate. And
yes, it does.
Yum. So we're going to go ahead and keep this one, obviously. And I also really love this one. This is the Bon Bon palette. Again, I don't reach for it as often as I want to, but maybe once I destash, I will be. But definitely love this palette a lot. A lot of browns and pinks. I always get compliments when I wear this palette. This is the Too Faced Peach palette. If you do not have this, I really put off buying it because I was afraid of the hype and the limited edition crap. But oh my gosh, I love this palette so much. I didn't even think I would. And the smell, I can smell it over here. It's so nice. So I'm definitely keeping this one as well. The peanut butter palette also is another favorite of mine, so I'm going to be keeping this one because, again, I really like the colors in it, and I do use this fairly often. All right, now we come down to these three. And these are the three that are definitely in my maybes category. So we're going to start with the natural eyes. I hardly ever use this. And I think it's because I just have a ton of colors in it that I have in other palettes. So I never reach for it and go, oh yes, I want to. But, you know, the 9 pans are really good palettes for the most part. One of the things I'm thinking of doing, especially with the palette destashing, is selling them on GlamBot if they're not expired, which you can do and you can get credit for it. I'm just kind of looking right here for the expiration. I don't think it's expired right now, so I'm probably going to try to give this to GlamBot and maybe sell it on there if I can. This was given to me, I cannot remember, probably by Megan. I just haven't given it a lot of love and a lot of use yet, but I really love the colors of it, honestly. So, yeah, Life's a Party, that purple is really good one.
That's a really nice one.
Yeah, so what do you think? This is I'm on the fence about. I could give it away, but I really kind of like it. I don't know. What do you think?
I think that needs to be in a maybe pile. If we see another palette that has more colors you feel like you might use and has a color similar to that, then get rid of it. Otherwise, you might want to keep it. That's a really good lavender color. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put this over in my maybe pile, and we're going to keep it open so it reminds me. All right, and lastly, I have the Too Faced Semi-Sweet. Okay, this is hard for me. I'm really on the idea that I might get rid of this. I think I'm going to pass it along on a swap. I think I'm going to get rid of it. There's just so many, like the peanut butter one I have in like 2 palettes, and caramel I have in a couple palettes. I just have it all so many, so I'm probably going to get rid of this. Alright, so this is the Balm collection, which is my other favorite brand, honestly. So let's start with the things that I am definitely keeping. So the first thing is this In the Balm of Your Hand palette. I got this a little while ago. It is actually one of my favorite palettes, and I barely use it because I always forget about it. It is mainly a face palette with some eyeshadows in it, but I use them all as eyeshadows, really, and I have all of these in full size for blush. I think the reason why, it's just great for traveling, and I don't know. But I am definitely keeping it because it has so many great shades in it, so yeah, I'm keeping it.
That red off to the side there is really powerful.
I very rarely use the cream part of it.
Yeah.
It's mostly the powder part, but still I'm hoping that they come out with a volume 2 because this is Greatest Hits volume 1, so I'm hoping they come out with a volume 2. So I'm keeping that. The other one I'm keeping is the Balm Appetit palette. It is fairly new to my collection, and I did just use it last week. But I love it. When I use this palette, so many good looks from it. So I'm definitely keeping that one. This is Lady and the Pug. This is actually a customizable balm palette that I made myself. So I'm not getting rid of this one at all because I really do like the shades in it. I probably need to give it a little bit more use before I decide if I'm going to depot and put other ones in it and other shades in it from other brands, but honestly I really do like this one also. Meet Matrimony is one of the only Meet Matte palettes I have now. I kind of got rid of all the others, but I love this one also. The pans are just so big, and it's really the only one I kind of reach for when it comes to the Meet Matte palettes, probably because of these colors right here, and then these. They're great, especially for like base shades. This is a great palette also. Let's go for the Nude Dude palette. I actually have had most of the nude palettes, including Nude Tude, and got rid of it. And this is the Nude Dude palette. Wow, is this the first time you've ever seen this palette?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So
That's funny.
Nude Tude actually has all the naked girls, and then Nude Dude has all the guys.
Obviously, yeah.
I really actually do like this palette a lot, but I just forget I have it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I don't really know if I want to keep it or not. I don't know. I always forget how beautiful these shimmer shades are, honestly, but I think I have them in other palettes.
You do. You definitely do. I don't know if this is really a useful one for you to keep.
Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and pass it on. This is why I have Marshall here. He helps me weigh in on things. So we're going to go ahead and pass that on. This is the Bon Voyage. I got it from one of my friends, and I do like the colors in it. I don't necessarily care for creams, but we'll just put that on there. But again, this is another one that I'm not reaching for at all. And I'm just not sure how I feel about it.
Yeah, and just looking at it, there's a few of these shades that look very similar to the ones that we're considering out of this Too Faced palette, but it doesn't have that one there, and you've got a few other shades here that I don't think I've ever seen you use.
Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and pass this one on too. Ah, so hard. Okay, so this one is the California Auto Balm palette, which I'm from California, so that's one of the reasons why I had to get this palette. It is really nice for traveling. If you just want to do a simple look, this is a great one, and that's probably why I'm going to keep it, is just because I can throw it in. It's nice and small with a small mirror, and I can just be like, okay, yeah, need those shades. So yeah, I'm gonna keep this one for sure. All right, this is some other just random palettes that I have. Bare Minerals, It Cosmetics, Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is a Deca Scarlet and my only Morphe palette. So let's go ahead and start with the It Cosmetics. This is the Naturally Pretty palette. I got this like a few years ago, and I am in love with the shades in this palette so much. Here is a purple shade that might actually match that Too Faced one over there. But all in all, every time I wear this, I get the best comments, the best compliments. So I'm definitely keeping this one.
Okay.
Yes?
Yeah.
This one is the Naturally Pretty Celebration palette from It Cosmetics. I like it, however, since I have purchased it, like when I first purchased this, I was all about it. I was like, yes, I love it. But now that I've had it for a little while, I barely use it. I feel like there's a lot of other shades that I use in other palettes that are very similar. What do you think?
Yeah, I've seen most of these colors. What is the function here of this transforming ombre?
It basically can have, like, if you want to do a lighter color, you use this, and a darker color for the gold.
Okay, so did that really work well for you?
You know, you blend it together or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think that you really need it then.
All right, we're gonna de-stash this one. All right, for these Bare Minerals one, I actually just got this one at Christmas, and this is what it looks like. And then I got this one like a couple weeks ago, and I'm in love with this one. Okay, so here's the difference. This is the top one and the bottom one. I love them both for probably different reasons. I love that this is like a face and eye palette, and this is just an eye palette. I kind of, at first I was gonna get rid of this one, but now that I'm looking at both of them together, I think I want to keep them both because of the face part of this one.
You definitely should, especially because a lot of these colors do feel like they work very well together for face and eye look. I feel like these two actually go rather well to kind of blend between the face and the eye.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and keep both the Be Beautiful by Bare Minerals and the Bare Essentials. If you guys haven't seen this palette, you guys pick it up. Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance, I am not getting rid of this at all because this is so good.
Great purchase too.
Morphe Kathleen Lights palette, also not getting rid of this one. I super love this one too, so I'm going to have to use it a little more often, but I love this one. Alright, Decca Scarlet. I don't remember if I said anything about this on my YouTube at all, but I did do some stuff with my Instagram. Alright, so yes, we did talk about this a little bit, and honestly, these colors are just not for me. I have never used it. I've only swatched with like these cream colors from right here. The next Deck of Scarlet palette I actually opted in for because it's all like purples and plums, and I really love that, but I honestly think I'm going to get rid of this one because I know I will never use it, and it's hard for me because I literally just got it. But, and I also kind of want to keep it for like the fact that you can make a deck of cards out of it, but honestly, like, I missed the first two, so I don't know. I'm just, let's just.
And those colors are just not for you.
So now we're gonna go into a couple of the, like, bigger palettes. We have the Kat Von D Metal Matte palette, which I am definitely keeping. Again, this might be a kind of a dupe for that one. So I think because it is kind of very close to that Too Faced palette, we're gonna go ahead and get rid of the Funfetti, and we're gonna keep this, because this palette, if you guys didn't pick it up when it was out, I don't know if it's still out or not, but oh my gosh, it is really good. And even though it's not one of those that you're going to be using daily, if you are any fan of creating makeup looks, this is one that you should pick up, even though it is huge and almost doesn't fit in my drawer.
I could not in good conscience allow you to get rid of this.
Right? Yeah, you couldn't. Alright, since this one's kind of out of the way here, we're just going to do this Lorac one. I just got this from my friend Naomi. We did a swap, and I used it a little bit, and it is great. I can't get rid of it yet because I think I still need to use it a little bit more to figure out if I like it. I haven't given it a fair use, but it is the California Dreamin' palette, and California, where I'm from, I have to try it more, so there you go. And then the other Lorac palette that I actually still own, I've gotten rid of the 2 and the 3. I believe this is the original, and I also love this palette. Though it does remind me a lot of the Bare Minerals palette, the Be Sensual palette, kind of. It's a standard. Like, if you don't have this one in your collection and you do makeup a lot, you really need to pick this up. But it is a great one, and I just need to bite down and tell myself I need to use it more. This one I actually got in a swap, but I know a lot of you got in your BoxyCharm, which I am now currently back on the BoxyCharm wagon. But this is Studio on the Go, and this is in Warm Up. I know there's a Cool Down also, but also I really love this palette also. It is such good quality, and for the packaging, I feel like it's a little overpriced, but the shadows themselves are great, so I'm going to keep this one also.
That is one strong magnet.
It really is. Really is. Alright, the Coastal Scents Revealed 2 palette, which is a dupe for the Naked palette. I don't own any of the Naked palettes, and I really love this palette. I've gotten rid of all the other revealed ones. This one is probably the best one, and I think I'm keeping this one also.
Yeah, I like how that color looks. I think that goes very well for you.
So we're going to keep that. This is the Neutrals versus Neutrals. Neutrals versus Neutrals. Okay, so from Makeup Revolution, this is also one of my favorite palettes ever. You can tell just the corals. This is great for summer, you guys. This like came up out of nowhere. If you're gonna own any Makeup Revolution palette, this is the one you should get. It is the bomb. Love it. And then there's this one, which is the Chocolate Vice, which is kind of a dupe for the Too Faced, I believe the Too Faced chocolate bar. Let me see. Not really.
No.
No, so I don't know why people think that. But this one also is really good, but I never see myself using it. I really like Neutrals versus Neutrals better, so I think I'm gonna actually get rid of this one. And the last one on this side is the Pixie It's Judy Time palette, which is awesome, you guys. It's fairly new, but pick this up, dudes. It's a great palette. It's so pigmented, and I love these colors. And the shimmer, they're awesome. So awesome.
Yeah, it's a nice shimmery nude set, but it also has some good, like, rouge colors in it in there, too.
Yeah, so keeping that one most of. All right, now we're into like smaller palettes. Let's jump in with this one. So I really have only used it a couple times. My one problem with this palette is the fact that you can really only create like a couple looks from it, but I love the packaging a lot. So I'm actually going to keep it because I feel like just for a nice base amount of shadows, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. This is one of my favorites ever. This is the Smashbox Cover Shot, and I love the formula so much I might actually get another shade, but this is a Blaze. Yeah. And every time I use this one, I also get a lot. It's very awesome for fall, but these right here you can also wear in summer. But I always get a lot of compliments on this when I wear it, so I'm keeping this also. Plus it's great for travel because it's fairly small. These Lorac ones, the Pro and the Metals, I don't even think they make the Metals anymore, but I love this one a lot. I think I got it from my friend Megan also. I love this a lot because you can basically just take this, and together you have like a variety of looks. These are my standard when I travel palettes. I always bring these along with me because they're so easy to use on the go. So again, I am not getting rid of either one of those. This one is the All About Bronze palette, which I use if I'm using a matte palette and I want a little bit more shimmer. I do use this on top of it so that I can get a little bit more, which is great because you have a lot of different shades, and it's like $6 from Essence. Also, definitely a standard in my collection. You should pick this up if you want one like it. This is the Shade and Light Kat Von D Eye in Plum. Again, I love this palette so much. Again, it's a great one to take with you traveling, or if you just don't really want to think about the eye look you're creating, just use all four and you're good to go. Very good. This is the Sonia Kashuk Grand Bazaar. And I like the palette, and every time I try to get rid of it, someone's like, oh no, it's so pretty, why are you getting rid of it? Yeah, the colors are definitely me, but I feel like I have them.
Yeah.
In other ones, so.
I think really the only big difference here is this highlighter here. That's a pretty striking one, and it's got a good amount of glitter, but I don't see you using that style of highlighter very often.
Exactly, so probably I'm gonna get rid of it. Yeah, I mean, I like the packaging too, but no. This is the Naked Cosmetics palette that I got in a BoxyCharm. I do think this is interesting. I have not used this a lot, so I think I'm going to not declutter it yet, and then see if I end up using it later on, and then if I do, then I won't declutter it, and then if I don't, then...
I really like that color.
This is a great color.
This one just strikes me bad. It's like it's a slightly greenish gold.
And also, Naked Cosmetics is more about doing pigments than this. When you put these on, they're not pressed. They are more like actual pigments than they are pressed. So it's weird to use, but again, I'm gonna give it a fair shot. I just haven't yet. Before we move on to the new ones, I wanted to talk about this one. This is the Too Faced Grand Hotel. I got it for Christmas and the Christmas holidays. And in it comes 3 different palettes. We've got the Eggnog Latte, the Gingerbread Latte, and the Peppermint Mocha. The Eggnog Latte looks like this. And I actually do like this a lot. This is probably, though, my least favorite of the 3, but this blush is really beautiful. This color is really beautiful, and so is that one. So I think I'm going to keep it. It's hard for me to break these up because they come as a set, but more than likely what's going to happen is I'm going to get rid of it closer to Christmas when they come out with the other holiday sets, and I switch it out for something else. I might get rid of this one. The gingerbread cookie one is also really gorgeous. Yeah. But again, I have a lot of these shades, except for this one. Ginger Snap is so pretty. I do have a lot of these shades though, but I would probably get rid of this one and Eggnog, depending on what comes out later. But this one is probably my standard. I love this.
Yeah.
This one I don't know if I could ever give up because it's just this beautiful, and also very good for traveling because it is a cardboard container. You can just kind of take this with you and it doesn't matter if it gets messed up. But yeah, if you want more of like a pink or holiday look, this one.
Yeah, that's a really great holiday look for people with warm skin tones.
Definitely. But yeah, I don't think I'm going to get rid of any of these right now. I just kind of wanted to show you those for my collection.
I like how the box has so much extra room.
Oh, I know. You can put other stuff in there, which I don't, but... All right, so the last ones, these are the ones that I have just basically recently gotten. Carly Bible, the Chocolate Make Believe Yourself, the Pretty Birdie by Pretty Vulgar, the Dirty Dancing palette, and the Pirates of the Caribbean palette. I am currently working through these. I'm not decluttering any of them, obviously, because they're so brand new in my collection. This one is gorgeous. I have started using it, but I'm still kind of on the fence about how I feel about it. I just need to play around with it a little bit more. This one I haven't like used really at all, but it's very similar to the original, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to end up keeping it because I liked the original a lot. I don't know why I got rid of it, but I did. So I'm probably going to keep that one. And then obviously I love this one a lot. And even if I don't use it as much, I'm probably going to keep it as part of my collection just to have it as part of my collection, whether I use it or not, which is completely dumb for cardboard, but whatever. And then this one, we're currently in the process of reviewing, so I'm not getting rid of it at all. I just wanted to show you guys the inside. And then, of course, the Dirty Dancing palette, we did a look with this. Also, one of those that's going to be in my collection that I'm not getting rid of at all. A lot of people thought I can't justify spending $36 for a palette like this. Here's how I justify it. That liquid lipstick right there is awesome, and most liquid lipsticks at Sephora cost $20. So you're legitimately only paying $16 for the palette and $20 for the lipstick, which means that at $16 you're paying less than $4 a shadow for each of those. To me, that's totally worth it.
Yeah.
That's how you justify these things, people. But anyway, that is everything. Let's go ahead and show you what I am getting rid of. We are getting rid of 9 palettes, which honestly is not bad, considering what we got here. So I started with 45. I know that's a lot, but I started with 45. I got rid of 9, so now I have 36 left. And as you can tell, some of these I'm probably gonna get rid of. There was a couple in here that I thought I was gonna get rid of that I didn't, but I am giving it a little bit of time. So thank you for spending time with us today. I know that was a little longer, but you know, we went through almost everything. Join us on Wednesdays, Fridays,
Sometimes Sundays.
and until then,
Stay zany.
bye-bye.